guys, welcome back to my channel. It is a wonderful day today. Just a little bit of what's going on is I am still packing, I'm still moving. I have right now 6 days until my moving truck comes. Yay! 6 days. I'm under a week now. I'm so excited about that one. But today I actually want to talk to you about these guys right here, the beautiful Hatchet Man. Actually, why I am making this video is I want to explain to you guys why I am a juggalo. What has made me a juggalette? Because I am a hardcore down with the clown juggalette and have been since, shoot, the 90s. I have been down with the clown for over 20 years now. I know that's kind of giving away my age a little bit, but I seriously have been down with the clown for over 20 years now. They have been a huge impact in my life. And with the gathering coming up and everything right now, because it's coming up in 3 weeks too, I have to say I'm going to miss it this year, but it's okay. I have a good reason. I'm moving halfway across the country, so that takes major priority. But I will be at that gathering next year because you better believe I don't miss to gather. I love to gather. So for all of you guys, I will see you guys there next year. You better believe I'll have that camera out, so come give me huge shout outs. But this year, my move kind of fell in the same time period as the gathering did. So I had to pick one or the other, and life changes for the better is a little bit, I would hate to say more important, because to gather is to matter, you know, and that is honestly the way that we have always looked at it. But sometimes you have to put your family first. You have to put your family dreams, your future first before you can do the fun things in life. And that's what I'm doing this year. But I wanted to make this video because you know I already have videos from the gatherings up, and if you follow me on any other type of social media besides just YouTube, you have seen lots of videos of me at shows. You've seen tons of pictures of me with my face painted, my kids' face painted at shows with me. I mean, we go all about it. But here's what made me a juggalo. Here is how I found the magic of it. And for me, like I said, it is the magic of it. And I'm going to explain in this video of why I am the way I am, what type of person that we really are, and pretty much all of my friends are that are juggalos and have been for numerous years now. I mean, I have friends still that we started listening to the same music together all those years ago, and we're still friends today. So, I mean, it's a family. That's the biggest thing right there. I want to get a point like across to you guys is it's not just music. It is our family. And the way I became about it was I was in junior high and I was dating this guy, and he threw in, I'm not even gonna kid you, he threw in Riddlebox, and it had just dropped. And as soon as I heard Riddlebox, it just gave me goosebumps everywhere, and I could not turn it off. I made him go and buy me that CD that same day that it came out because he was listening to it, and I loved it that much. And I listened to that CD straight, non-stop, for at least a month before I moved on to anything else. And it spoke to me. I can't explain how it spoke to me. It just, everything about it was just magical, you know? I mean, down to Toy Box itself, that song just cracks me up because it's just like all these toys coming to life and trying to kill this kid and everything. I mean, it's great. But for me, at that point in time, I was going through a really dark period of time. I mean, I was trying to find myself at that point in time in life, and for me growing up, for my little bit of history I'm going to let you guys know about on this is I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. My father is what they call the presiding overseer of Jehovah's Witnesses. I was the only child. They adopted me, so I was their only biological child that they had. All eyes were on me in this church at all points in time. And if you know about Jehovah's Witnesses, then you know how they work. And I'm not going to get into that because, I mean, my family's still in it. They still watch it. I respect you. I love you. But for me, I was cast out of it. And I was cast out in junior high for some things that I did not do. And I still stick to this day. I did not do those things. You know, those were complete lies that they thought about me. And they completely humiliated me publicly and kicked me out. So I was in a really dark place. I was trying to find myself, and I mean, I was going through just really bad things at that point in time, you know, knowing that you're adopted, having everybody that you knew and cared about just turn their backs on you, not having anybody except for the people that you were making friends with at school. And then ICP fell into my lap. And it was just for me at that moment when that fell in, it was just it was fate. Because it opened my eyes to a family out there that no matter who you were, no matter where you were at, they accepted you and they loved you. And I mean, it's still, I wish these new school juggalos would understand that, because some of them don't understand that type of magic. But for me, it was it was my calling at that point in time. And it has stuck with me all throughout the years. And it is to the point where it didn't matter where I lived at, because I moved a ton. And especially when I turned 18 and I was out on my own, I just traveled. That was my thing for a good couple years, is I just traveled. I went all over the country. I went from Florida to freaking Washington State to Oregon, out to freaking Pennsylvania, back to Kansas. I mean, I went all over. And for me, it didn't matter where I was at. All I had to do was scream whoop whoop to a motherfucker, excuse my French there, but to a person who I would see wearing ICP gear, wearing some type of Twisted or Blaze or ABK or any of them. And you know what? They became some of my best freaking friends. Like my boy JR. I love you, JR, and Benzo and Eric. You guys freaking rock. I know you guys are watching these because, well, you guys are my homies. But the way I met these fools is seriously walking into a gas station and seeing 3 guys sitting on the curb with their faces painted. And you know what? I was 19 years old when that happened. And they are still some of my closest friends to this day. I'm not even lying to you. Still some of my closest friends. So for me, it was my calling. It was my family. It meant that no matter where I was at, I always had, even strangers love me and are right there to stand up for me and to stick by my side. All because of what? Because of magic behind the Juggalos. If you've never been to a gathering, and this is why I cherish the gatherings so much, is because it's normally only the truest of the Juggalos that actually go. You know, and before it all became all mainstream, nobody really knew about the gathering unless you were in that culture. So you'd go in there and you might go with maybe 3 or 4 of your friends, or maybe even 15 or 20 of your friends. But at the end of that week's time, of before you even get in the gates, the week's time of just the freaking parking lot party, you have made over 100 friends, you know? And throughout the whole entire rest of the gathering, you're like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on? You know? They're helping you out. They're giving you water. They're giving you food. I mean, they help you. Even if they see somebody in, say, the pit or something, they get knocked out. Everybody will stop and grab that ninja up and pull him out. And you will see, a crowd of ninjas around them trying to make sure that they are okay. You know, as for society trying to make us out to being gangbangers and, oh, well, they're just low lives, they're the scum. Yeah, some of us don't have a lot of money. Some of us work for every single penny that we have. We have, each and every one of us have went through some of the darkest periods of life that most normal people will never understand. That's why we bond together so well. And that's why we are a family. Because these are some people that have been raped, have been molested, have been abandoned, have lost everything that they own, are on the streets and stuff, and the only thing that they have that keeps them going is that Juggalo love and that Juggalo magic. You know, because even for myself, I've been homeless. I've slept in freaking the woods. I've slept under bridges. I've slept in just about any place that I could find. I was one of those panhandlers out there begging for change, not because I was a traveler, but because I was in that situation that I had no choice. You know, that's the thing, is these people have been through hell and back. At least 95% of them have been through hell and back. And one thing that always keeps us going is that love for each other, because they're the ones that have helped me out the most. And I know that I'm not the only one that will sit there and say it. All of us old school juggalos will sit there and say that. We have had so much crap thrown our ways, but at the end of the day, we sit there with the biggest smiles on our face because we know that we made it. We have our family behind us. You know, like, we open our doors for each other. We feed each other. We take our clothes off our backs for each other. We do it for anybody. But society wants to give us a bad rap. They want to make us look like we're gangbangers. They've had us on the FBI gang list for a while there, for a minute. And it was like, for what? Because you don't like us being in face paint? Because you think that we are a menace to society? Well, let me tell you what. How many of those food drives has ICP done? How many different charities has Twisted and ICP and all these other big huge groups, even Tech9, have done for people? They go out of their ways for people, just to help people. How many free concerts have they done where all they asked you to do was bring some good canned food items? None of that crappy crap, but I'm talking like SpaghettiOs and stuff. You know, and you get it for a free concert for that. That's our society that we love and we cherish. That's what we are all about. We're about the clown love. You know, every time that they have a show, anytime that you see them, it's about the clown love. That's why we chant family, you know, because we are one big, giant family. You know, I'm not going to take sides on any of the beef that's going on. I'm not even going to touch on that. But my thing is if you feel that magic and you feel it from the deepest part of your heart and you have been through hell and back and it's the Juggalos that picked you up, then darn it, be proud of it. Don't put each other down. Don't tear each other down. Love for the Juggalos. That's all that we are about, is love for each other. But don't mess with us, because we will be the first ones to have each other's back at the same time. We know it's about the love. You can walk into any of those shows, and my kids go to shows with me. And yes, I'm not kidding you, my little ones go to shows with me, and they are all decked out in face paint and everything else. And let me tell you what, at the last ICP show that my daughter and I went to, we were all the way down there in Wichita, Kansas. And it was so dope. She had her hair all cornrowed out, up in the pigtails. The old school Juggalo look, she had it down to perfection. I love that. And she was out there rocking it out. She took 2 Faygo bottles straight to the face, and that kid didn't even cry. Freaking champ right there. But at the end of the show, we're outside, and these crazy killer clowns from outer space costumes. They were just They were so dope. I had to go up and give them so much love during that show because they were just awesome. And I love Clouds from Outer Space. All-time favorite movie right there. So for me to see these guys, it was just like, yes. But they had like the balloons and the whole 9 yards. Well, we're sitting outside in the car, and Vera's sitting in the back seat, and she looks at me and she goes, Mom, look at the creepy clowns. And so I look over. It's one of them. They're standing on the other side of the parking lot, standing there just like it. You know, you gotta love Pennywise too, but they're standing there just like Pennywise, the clown, with the balloons just like staring at her. And then he looks at her and he goes, points at the balloons, and then points back at her. And then points at the balloons and points back at her. And I nodded, yeah, to him, you know. And so he walks over all creepy and all slow, and then gives my daughter all of his balloons. You know, I mean, he had to put in the creepy fact, but at the same time, he did something extremely nice for her. He gave her a huge bouquet of balloons. And it just made her night, you know. But that's the other thing that we love to do is we're pranksters, you know. If you show us a little bit of fear, we're gonna take it because we think it's hilarious. I mean, why do you think when we go out in public with our faces painted, we do it for a reaction? So just remember, we're pranksters. I mean, how can you not have some fun with that? And I'm giving my daughter major props. She wasn't scared at all. She thought it was really awesome too. It made her night. And in fact, I actually just packed up those balloons, and that was from 2 years ago. So that tells you something right there. I mean, she even still has her Faygo bottles that she collected that she got hit in the face with. Came home with a big old black eye and everything, and she's still rocking it out. That's what we're about. I mean, I cannot stress it enough. We like to make people laugh. We do it for a rise. You know, we are not out there to hurt anybody or to rob anybody or anything like that. We're out to have some fun, you know. I mean, you can get on YouTube and see a million prank videos, but we've been doing it forever, and half the time we don't even film it. We just do it because we want to do it, because it's funny. I mean, it's legit funny to us. So, we are not gangbangers. We don't go and rob your houses. We don't rape your mothers. We don't sit there and smoke meth. We're not living in a trailer park having 10 guys gangbanging us. I mean, that's not what we're about. Now, there are some out there that are about that, but don't let the bad seeds take away from the good that we actually do. Because we try to go out of our way and treat everybody the way that we want to be treated. We try our hardest to open our arms and to take you in. We try our hardest to help you if we see that you are down. You know, I mean, my daughter and I, we go and feed the homeless. We don't do it because we have to. We do it because we want to. We go and get a whole bunch of different McDonald's meals. I usually go and spend like over $100. I'm not even lying. I spend like $100 on good meals and stuff. Have them all individually packaged in different bags, and we take them down to like the downtown area and we start handing them out. We don't do it because we want praise for it. That's why I don't record it. We do it because it's the right thing to do. I mean, if you've ever been down on your luck, and I know if you are a true juggalo, you've been down on your luck, because that's what draws us all together. But if you've ever been down on your luck, you know how much it means to you just to have somebody care just that little bit. Just that little bit to actually give you some hope that life isn't so bad. And that's what ICP has done for me. That's what Twisted has done for me. That's what ABK has done for me. That's what Blaze has done for me. You know, the old school psychopathic, that is what they have done for me. Is they picked me up out of my darkest times where all I wanted to do was just die. I mean, I was completely lost. I didn't have anybody. I was raped a couple different times. I mean, I was beat. I was tortured. I mean, I was put through the ringer, you know. And so for me to find something and a place of my own has meant the world to me. And that is why I'm a juggalo. Because it was the family that picked me up. It was the family that took me in. It was the family that saved my life, you know. I mean, I cannot put into words how grateful I am to have found the Juggalo Society, because if it wasn't for them, I know for a fact I would not be here. You know, if it wasn't for my friends who I just happened to meet because of face paint, because of a t-shirt, you know, because of a tattoo. Lupe, that was out for you, you know, because I met you just through a freaking tattoo. But if it wasn't for you guys, I honestly know I would not be here to this day. I would not have those 2 little girls. So, thank you guys for saving my life. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for having that clown love and that support, you know, because that's really what it's about right there. That support. Well, for some reason my camera just shut off. So I'm going to conclude this for tonight. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I am sorry that my videos have been kind of sporadic right now. I am in the process of moving. Like I said, 6 days until my moving truck is here. So this has been my crunch time. I will have another one up here in a couple of days of a vlog of showing what's all going on and getting back into the vlogs. As soon as this move starts happening and we're actually in the truck, it's going to be back to every day. So I hope you guys cannot wait for that, and come join a life of a true juggalette and see how we actually truly are. Because as you see from my other ones, we're lots of family love. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and like and subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow. Whoop whoop, much clown love.